Welcome to This Week in the XFL. I'm your host, the referee, and they call me that because I call it right down the middle, and if you don't believe it, you're out of bounds. Get out of here with that garbage. So we have a lot of news going on this week. We had two press conferences, the first in New York and the second in everyone's favorite, St. Louis. And I say everyone's favorite because, gee, if you look at the social media following for the St. Louis accounts for the XFL, so I say a lot of people were excited to learn who the coach of the XFL St. Louis franchise was going to be. There was a lot of rumors. Was it going to be Mike Martz? Was it going to be Jeff Fisher? And believe me, we'll get to him later. No, it wasn't any of those guys. But before we get to that, let's talk about New York City. Well, New Jersey, but they held the press conference there in Times Square, New York City, at the AC Hotel. We're just announcing the coach this time, but the coach and the president of the team. The first time they've done this kind of format. So first they actually announced the coach, which it ended up being Kevin Gilbride, another one that the fans maybe not so happy about. And I'll be honest, at the beginning I was thinking, meh, a little bit. But after hearing his press conference, you know what? I've warmed up to him a little bit. And let's be quite honest, you can't bash that stash. He's bringing back a long-standing tradition in football that you just don't see happen in these modern days. And let's be honest, you're not going to see a Sean McVay rock a stash like that. So Kevin Gilbride, sign him up. Hopefully you give him a chance. I think he's going to do well. He sounded good. He sounds like he knows at least the idea that he wants to shoot for in the XFL. He says it's going to be a lot about those red zone drives, getting those extra tiered points as they introduce those new rules. So you know what? I think he's going to do okay. And again, this is totally different than the NFL. So his record there doesn't necessarily mean anything because the rule set, although is traditional football, is slightly different, right? Now switching over to the president, they announced Janet Duch. And it's probably a name not a lot of you have heard before, but she's had 16 years of experience with Madison Square Garden, working with marketing, specifically with the Knicks and the Rangers. She has a lot of connections in the city. She knows the people to talk to. She knows how to promote sports. I think she's going to be good for the XFL, especially with a new league. Having those connections, I think hopefully she's going to be very valuable for the team. We will find out. Again, we won't know until probably the end of the season. Now let's move on over to the Midwest, over to the Dome in St. Louis. Now, I'll be honest with you, this one the fans were definitely not happy about. It has been announced and confirmed that former Cincinnati Bengals assistant tight ends coach Jonathan Hayes will be accepting the role of head coach and general manager for the XFL St. Louis franchise. And like I had mentioned, there were a lot of fans that were maybe not upset, but they definitely weren't happy. It wasn't the name that they wanted. He didn't have enough St. Louis ties. But you know what? I don't think it matters. We don't know if he's the best hire, and we don't know if he's the worst hire. And like I said earlier, we're not going to know until probably about mid or the end of next season. But I will tell you this. If Mr. Hayes takes that team 10-0, 8-2, 7-3, gets them to the playoffs, puts them in the championship game, and God forbid they win it, he will be the hero of that town. Not only will football be back in St. Louis, but championship football will be back in St. Louis. And they will praise that man like a god. And I look forward to it, except for the fact that it is actually going to be XFL Houston that is going to be winning the championship. But I look forward to the challenge, Coach Hayes. So, hey, that being said, let us know your thoughts in the comment. And I can't stress it enough. Join us in the Discord. Links down in the description. We have a lot of good discussion, a lot of new people joining every week. And it's just fun. We have a lot of like-minded XFL fans joining in the Discord. And why not join in the fun? And hey, don't give me slack. I know I should have shaved, but I don't care. I'm getting married in a couple weeks, so get over it. We have 6 of the 8 coaches, 2 cities left. And according to Oliver Luck, it sounds like we're getting Los Angeles next and then Houston. We don't have anything confirmed. No dates have been announced, but that sounds like the order that they're coming in. Speaking of Houston, though, there was a little bit of news that popped up on Thursday that stated that Jeff Fisher would be announced as the coach of XFL Houston. But they were wrong. And Jeff Fisher even came out and said, fake news. So there was some sites that jumped on the story. We didn't. We checked our sources. We got the story right. And we only published that he's not taken the job, or at least he hasn't accepted it yet. That doesn't mean that he won't accept it. But looking at the way the other coaches have gone, generally speaking, he probably would have been hired by now if he was taking the job, considering the announcement is more than likely coming within the next 2 weeks. So that is the first phase of announcements, right? We have 2 more announcements in the first phase of the XFL news and information trickle. So what is phase 2, right? Oliver Luck again confirmed during the St. Louis press conference that broadcast partners have been signed. Contracts are complete and they are ready to roll. In fact, they were in Austin, Texas during the spring league to kind of vet what the XFL was doing, test out a couple things, see how that gameplay would work out. So they are there. They are active. They are ready. And again, we've confirmed a couple other things. Now that we know the broadcast partners have been signed, now that we know the contracts are finalized, we can guarantee you this: 2 games every week on free over-the-air broadcast television, and 2 more games every week across cable television. Again, the rumored names are Fox and Fox Sports 1 and ABC and ESPN. We wrote about that a couple months ago. Nothing, again, solid, but everything that we're hearing lines up with that rumor. So that is big. I think, again, with deals like that, they will absolutely keep up with the numbers that the AAF was pulling during the regular season. In fact, I think we're going to see bigger numbers. The baseline that I'm setting for the XFL at its worst, after people die out and mid-season we're not getting as much traction, I still think on broadcast television we're going to get 2 million viewers per game. We will see. But again, Luck said these are stations that you've heard of, easy to find. So nothing like the NFL Network where you need a subscription, or BleacherReport.com where you need to look at it, watch it through a web browser or an app on a smart TV. This is real TV stations and real times. And again, looking at what they've said during the spring league, Saturday, Sunday is when they're aiming to do their games, and they're going to be testing out Thursday games near the end of the season. But again, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. So that's the second phase of it, is going to be the broadcast partners. And the third phase, it's probably the one I'm the most excited for. Names and logos and color schemes. Give it to me, baby. I want an XFL Houston hat. I want an XFL Houston shirt, jersey. And let's be honest, I'll probably buy all of that stuff for all of the teams just because I want to. I want to support the league and I want to see them survive. And honestly, once they drop the names and the logos, we're going to be doing a giveaway on the channel. So another important reason that you want to join the Discord is to be eligible for any of the giveaways that we're going to be doing in the future, at least the foreseeable future. You will need to be at least a rookie status in our Discord channel. The good news is that's only level 5. It's about 50 posts. So get in where you fit in. Click that link down in the description. Get signed up. After that, really, we're going to start probably focusing on some of the players that are going to become eligible for the draft. So first and foremost, the quarterbacks, the big names, the ones that everybody's looking for. Probably hear some of the wide receivers, running backs, and if there's any other big names. So for instance, if a Sean Oakman joins the league or declares that he's going to be eligible for the XFL draft, I think the XFL will get in on that and get some publicity out of that, because he is a name that people know, and might as well get that publicity, might as well get that press, sign him up, go for it, XFL, and get Sean Oakman, man. He got screwed. He deserves a chance in the XFL, especially if the NFL is not going to do anything with him. But I guarantee you this, if he does well in the XFL, he absolutely will be in the NFL shortly after, which I think is a big part of why the XFL is around. The AAF wanted to do it, but they wanted to do it officially, and I don't think you need to do it officially. So that'll be a huge chunk of probably the summer, capping off with a couple things, right? First, we're going to get the rule book. So all the innovations that they're testing out in the spring league will be fleshed out by then, and we'll get a completed rule book, followed up by the XFL draft. Now, Funny enough, I posted an interview with Oliver Luck maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, and he actually stated that the XFL draft is going to occur on September 2nd. I didn't catch it at the time, and it seems like nobody else has as well, but it seems like that might be the tentative date. Now, I do remember him saying he's not sure if it's going to be televised or streamed, but I almost guarantee you they're going to stream it. If they're doing the press conferences, there's no reason they're not going to stream it on Twitter, Facebook, their website. But I'm hoping they put those broadcast partners to good use. And let's get some XFL on the TV a little bit early before February 8th. No reason to wait till kickoff to see some XFL action. And again, if it is open to the public or the press, your damn best. I will be there giving you real-time updates all the time, every time. Sign you up, XFL 2K, for the latest updates. So I think that's probably going to wrap up our summer. Once we're past the draft, I've heard we might get some supplemental drafts. Again, I don't know how big or small those are going to be. Probably regional, similar to what the AAF was doing, but more so to just supplement their league rather not just fill the whole teams. So I expect to see some of that happening during the NFL season. And I also think we'll probably see some more information on the practices and the things that the teams are holding. Plus, we're going to start seeing some of the staff start filling up. So, hey, a lot of great things going on. That's about it for this week. But if anything pops up, I might do a quick video, just jump on here and say, hey, sign you up, here's some new information. Before I let you go, make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to see when we're dropping new videos. Some are going to be live and some are going to be pre-recorded just like this one. So until next time, sign you up.